Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yul Adinda Sari from PBIB. In this video, I would like to explain about the answer from question for final test Dircourse analysis subject. So let's start now. First, I will explain about describe the position of Dircourse analysis in the theory of linguistics. According to Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, genesis is defined as the origin of the beginning of something. So we use the term to describe the origin of the personalities in this section. As stated earlier, that the Dircourse analysis has been linked with a wide range of disciplines. Therefore, the story of this development will vary according to the study which Dircourse analysis interact. It is universally known that Dircourse analysis is a primarily linguistic study which examines the use of language by its native population orally and writing. It is not surprising that the development of Dircourse analysis theory is strongly influenced by the developments of linguistic theory. There are three stages of development or link runs which mutually support to give opportunities for the emergence of Dircourse analysis as a theory. For the first, traditional grammar theory, the main shortcoming of this theory is the prescriptive approach. Many linguists believe that teaching a language by using this approach was not strong enough to develop learners' language knowledge and skill because the focus was limited to the reference language, claimed as the standard language, which consequently made the language knowledge of the learners isolated by components of the standard language. Realizing the shortcoming, the linguists then suggested English teachers to use descriptive approach instead of prescriptive approach. For the second, structuralism theory. Being aware of the flaw of the traditional grammar theory, some linguists began feeling dissatisfied with the theory because they thought that it blocked the way of future research of language. If we look at the structuralism theory closer, we will find out the following principle in the theory. Namely, structuralism puts spoken language to be the first place and written language the second. Structuralism employs descriptive approach which allows learners to find the unconscious rules that people follow when deciding, like sentence without any prescribed rules in books to follow. The third, structuralism requires learners to learn language skill as an unfiled system as a whole. Therefore, they need a search of language components for imitation in order to build their skill in a foreign language. Next, functionalism theory. Chomsky rejected all kinds of structuralism theory of language learning that claim language as habit structure taught by presenting stimulus and response, reinforcement, and association. Next, what are the differences between Dircourse analysis and error analysis? in terms of their linguist background theory and content of analysis. Okay, I will explain the difference between the both. Dircourse analysis or Dircourse studies is an approach to the analysis of writing, vocal or sign language use, or any significant event. Dircourse analysis is an interdisciplinary study which has very close relationship with linguistics, sociology, anthropology, psychology, philosophy, communication, and education. While error analysis is a branch of applied linguistics. It is concerned with the complication, study analysis of errors made by second language learners and aims at investigation aspect of second language acquisition. Next, what do you know of the following term? Dircourse analysis, exchange communicative competence, move language form, and function Dircourse pattern. Okay, I will explain all. Dircourse analysis is an interdisciplinary study which has very close relationship with linguistics, sociology, anthropology, psychology, philosophy, communication, and education. And then, communicative competence encompasses a language user grammatical knowledge of syntax, morphology, phonology, and the like, as well as social knowledge about how and when to use utterance appropriately. Language exchange is a method of language learning based on mutual engagement, practicing by learning patterns who are speakers of different languages. Next, language function is the purpose of which language is used. The language function is often represented by the active part within the learning outcomes. Next, a move is a stretch of the form of unit. It has a functional relation to the conversation of which it is a part. A discourse pattern is a generalized structure of communication between people within community. Next, what are the scope discourse analysis in spoken discourse? We will explain about that. Thereupon, the scope of discourse analysis is in the area of spoken and written discourse. The ideas concerning spoken discourse. Language is verbally used by using speech in communication. It constitutes a series of conventional systems of sound. The sexual representation is speaking. Spoken discourse is the ongoing situated interpretation of speaker communicative intention, of which the addresses, expected, and actual reactions are an integral part. The creation of discourse is thus a joint effort in fulfilling the active cooperation of all the participants. Analyze the following about conversation. Okay, I will analyze its discourse sequence, move, function, and internal structure. Jane, I really want to apologize to you, include move, because the sentence gives information that want to apologize with someone, but for the discourse sequence because given response. I'm really sorry about what I said to you the other night. Function for confirming the information again. Forget it. Discourse sequence because given response. Next, I can't. It was a trivial thing to say. Please forgive me. Internal structure. And then, okay, I accept your apologies. Dircourse again without giving response. Macrolinguistics is the study of language on a large scale relating to the development and trends of language and usage. Microlinguistics is a small-scale observation of language, particularly dealing with the concept of grammar, syntax, and individual words. Microlinguistics is a branch of linguistics that concerns itself with the study of language systems in the abstract without regard to the meaning or national content of linguistic expression. In microlinguistics, language is reduced to the abstract mental elements of syntax and phonology. Coherence is defined as the quality of being logical, consistent, and able to be understood, and cohesion, on the other hand, refers to the act of forming of whole units. It is effectively a subset of coherence. Cohesive devices are useful in language conjunction, transitional phrase, synonyms, and pronouns that express ideas in a cohesive manner. They are used to join sentences together to make ideas more understandable to the reader. Lexical cohesion happens when two words in a text are semantically related in some way. In other words, they are related in terms their meaning. Lexical cohesion refers to the reader's perceived unit of the text achieved by the author's uses of words with related meaning. Okay, and then I will describe how to analyze text pattern in Dircourse analysis. As I mentioned earlier, that writing a readable text requires not only grammatical and lexical cohesion, but also the structure of the text. The structure refers to the way the information in written text is organized. Recognizing text pattern is beneficial for both readers and writer. From the perspective of the reader, the pattern of the text can help the reader to see the relationship of clause to one another that can be used to interpret a text to gain understanding. Meanwhile, from the author's point of view, knowledge of the text pattern allows the author to satisfy his readers with the natural structure of the English text, which is expected to the familiar and the norm for international readers. How such a culturally agreed pattern greatly simple the reader's task of searching for linear paths through linear network. Next, I will describe how to analyze sentence pattern in Dircourse analysis. When people use their knowledge of grammar and vocabulary work together to convey their ideas in text. That's called writing. The text contains sentence, and sentence can be divided into several elements. Some provide predictable information and others provide unpredictable information. Consider the following the text. President B.J. Habibie, text taken from Wikipedia. B.J. Habibie was born in Parepare, South Sulawesi Province to Ali Abdul Jalali Habibie and Tuti Marini Buspowardojo. His father was a foreman of Gorontalo descent. His mother was a Japanese noblewoman from Yogyakarta. His parents met while studying in Bogor. Habibie's father died when he was 14 years old. In the first sentence, Habibie is relatively predictable information for most Indonesians, but the next sentence was born in Parepare, South Sulawesi Province to Ali Abdul Jalali Habibie and R.A. Tuti Marini push forward dojo. Is new information for my Indonesian. In this second sentence, the information provided by his father is very easy to guess because it refers to all Abdul Jalil Habibi mentioned in the previous sentence. However, the rest of the sentence is a former of Gorontalo the sense otherwise. Unpredictable, the information here is all new. Predictable information given at the beginning of a sentence is called theme, and unpredictable information given after predictability is called frame. Next, what factors to consider in selecting target Dircourse to be analyzed to get accurate or relevant information on language used in context? I'll explain why the factors are essential. The factors that influence Dircourse, namely, however, the way in which a speaker or writer expresses ideas has to do with several factors that include the context or setting of the discourse, the speaker, age, gender, culture, level of education, social class, and vocation. Next, I will explain about agree with saying that Dircourse analysis has significant contribution to English language pedagogy. Okay, I will explain. Language and Dircourse are connected at a basic level in that all Dircourse is constructed with language. Language teaching in general and EFL teaching practice in particular have gone through different phases based on the then emerging related to pedagogical teaching theories. However, the common resulting theme of employee this theory is almost the same. So I can conclude Dircourse analysis or Dircourse studies is an approach to the analysis of writing, vocal, or sign language use or any significant event. And next, language and Dircourse are connected at a basic level in that all Dircourse is constructed with language. Next, there are some suggestions for teaching tips that I recommend for English teacher, namely, make it English teaching fun, and although English subject is very fun and students can help before that, and then I have suggestion for English students. Students must try to like the language field so that they are happy in the learning process. So I think that's all from me. I think enough. Thank you Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given me health and strength so that I can finish this video. As well as thanks for my parents who always support me. And then thanks for my lecturer for giving me more knowledge about the Dircourse analysis. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.